I came in third, I think.
Yeah.
With Magnamon. I only lost to Phoenixmon in round 3, I think it was.
Wow.
The deck is fast, yeah. It excites me to see that deck do well, because I feel like that deck is a lot better than people gave it credit for.
It has a lot that it can do nowadays, especially with the Phoenix X combos. Like, it's kind of crazy the amount. Like, to me, that deck feels like a little bit like Fish Swarm, in the sense of, like, if you know how to sequence your stuff and like you know how you do your combos, it's just crazy pop off.
It is definitely a very big like pilot deck, because like the way that Gino was running it, I'm looking at it, and not only do I not know what half of the deck does, like I know the general concept, but I don't know the combos. Like, looking at him run it, you can tell that like he's been playing the shit out of it. And yeah, it was explosive AF. I can see why it placed second at, I believe it was an EU regional. I don't recall what he said his matchups were, but like he basically was pretty fair into all of his matchups. And it makes sense. That's a deck that reads that it should do well into everything, right? I mean, they have the speed somewhat. It's not like, you know, they have free Digivolutions like a certain, you know, yellow deck, but they do have just, well, no, their free evolution is a combo evolution, because you have to drop like a Biomon to play,
you warp into Garuda.
Christie. Yeah, warp into Garuda, you play a Christie, and then something like you could bounce the Christie back, and like, there's some sort of like dumb combo that happens there, but it's a whole combo. And like watching it happen, it's like super cool. So I can't wait to build birds myself. I've always been excited to build it since I saw Phoenix X come out. So that only like pushes it up. The echelon of Varney went to build another red deck for some godforsaken reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only time I've played against in BT16 is on the sim, so I feel like the sim is just not a good experience for gauging.
Absolutely not. I don't think so either currently.
So I think that a lot of I don't even know if Phoenixmon is coded properly on the sim. The few times I've played against it with Imperial, I've just absolutely obliterated it, so I don't even know.
Yeah, it might still. I know there were a couple issues with it on sim, specifically with Phoenix X and possibly even Garuda X. So I'm not sure if those are fixed. I haven't been keeping up because I haven't had time to play. But I know watching that deck kick off in real life, like I feel like if our format was longer, that I honest to God feel like
see more tops
Phoenix. I also feel like it's a perfect deck to counter Numamon. Like it feels like it should read really well into Numamon because it's so sticky.
We played 4 matches, 4 games.
Me and
Gino after
I think
the tournament. I'll talk about it after.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think because Phoenixmon X, how it works is end of attack. It triggers all of its on deletion, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's probably why, because I would just ace them before their end of attack.
But then they still get their on deletion.
No, they get bottom deck.
Which ace?
Fighter mode ace, bro. What fucking deck?
I'm not talking about fucking Imperial. I'm talking about fucking Numamon.
Oh no, I'm just saying I was talking about my how when I've been playing against Phoenix, I haven't noticed that it's a good deck, but I don't know. You said
sure. Yeah, I mean Imperial is a whole different matchup. I mean, they do so much shit by effect. But Imperial is a whole different matchup. I was talking about Numamon.
But I thought you were just talking about BT16 in general.
No. Imperial is probably a bad matchup for it. But I think
that's blue is a bad matchup for it because Phoenixmon plays like a purple deck.
Yeah. So I'm not even worried about Imperial. I'm mainly talking about Numamon because Numamon runs the format. With that being said,
I'm also surprised against Magnamon too.
Yeah, so it's fast, which is its biggest problem. Like literally, I shit you not, I had 5 security one turn, and the next turn I had 1 security. And I was like, that was like turn 3. Like I'm not saying that like we're gonna get to this comment. I'm not saying it's like a fast deck that needs to be hit or anything. Like I actually like seeing a red deck like do things in today's day and age in this economy. But It was very fast. Like I didn't have time to set up even like Magnamons, and even if I did, like there's so much like pop because I'm within the thresholds of like Phoenix. No, sorry, not Phoenix. Garuda X.
Yeah,
Garuda X pops Garuda in 8K or less.
Yeah,
and I can only buff up to 8K on the Magnamons. So I get popped, and then I have a Vmon, which is easily poppable by any other effects. And then of course they have Garuda Ace, which is
Garuda Ace. If you time it correct, you can mess up the Magna X for sure.
So like, and what happened for me, I established a Magna X, lived a turn, next turn came, forgot that Garuda Ace was a card. I swung, he Garuda Aced me. And then unfortunately, it wouldn't have mattered either way, but I had a Protoform under. And so the way Protoform works is when you would be deleted, you have to trigger, like Protoform triggers and you have to resolve it. So Magna X got deleted, but I had to return a card, which was either a Vmon or a Magnamon. I was like, damn, if I return the Vmon, Magnamon does an armor purge. Well, it does, but it dies. And if I return the Magnamon, then I have a Vmon swinging at security. So I was like, shit. So I ended up returning the Magnamon because I could have used it later, but like I just couldn't get back Tempo because his next turn, he popped the fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure if you don't get the protection on Magna X before he swings, he can just, like Dan was saying, Garuda Ace you and blow it up because it's blocker.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Okay. I just couldn't get into Magna X fast enough, so that it was a really fast and also really wide matchup because they don't necessarily have to play stuff like, sure, I Dexmoned him. It doesn't matter when you have a Phoenixmon that's just naked sitting on the board. It's like, oh, it only counts for the 3-cost reduction and for nothing else, you know? So, like I said, it was a really fast matchup. I actually really like the deck. I would really be excited to see how it would do in a longer meta. But that was just the one matchup I lost. I won all my other matchups, which honestly don't really matter. I came 3-1 and that's it. Came in third. So Dan, go ahead.